Good morning, guys. Heading into work. It's more craziness again today. I know I keep saying that, and it's always like a Groundhog Day or just a broken record of how crazy it is. But it is, and it's awesome. I'm so stoked, so happy to have tons of work. Today, I'm going to hopefully get the six-wheeler fixed that's been hanging out for way too long, waiting on parts. I will not film that and bore you with it, but I'm stoked to get it out, partially because it takes up a bunch of room, and more than that, it has to do with the fact the owner is a very good friend of mine and a very good man. So get that thing done, and then it is on to tons of dirt bike work. I'm really hoping to get to the 950 Adventure finally. It has been way too long that it's been at the shop. I've got what I think I need for parts. It's just... yeah, it's a big job. So hopefully we'll get to that at least by the end of the day, start taking it apart. And yeah, if you guys like what we're doing, keep hitting that subscribe button, guys. It really does mean a lot to me. Also, my hair is getting out of control. I gotta get to 2,000 subscribers so I can get this thing cut and we can move on. Also, quick note, if you don't know, when we hit 5,000 subscribers, I'm going to hold my YZ250 open wide until it blows up, and then take it apart and show you guys what happens when you hold a two-stroke open for too long. So that should be really fun, and I'm actually really excited to do that. I'm excited / terrified because it just creates more work, but I'm excited to show you guys what that looks like because it should be really interesting. But that's 5,000 subscribers. That's a long way to go. So keep telling your friends, sharing these videos. Yeah, let's get out to the daily Shlog, guys. As far as I'm concerned. All right, guys. So lots going on. Eric is here working on his little motorized rig that has been here hanging out for a while. We finally got a good rear sprocket, so we're going to fire that up here in a second and see if we can't hurt ourselves on that. But Zach is working on this lovely CRF 250R, and it was running weird and kind of off and on running, and just not, we cleaned the carburetor anyway, and we determined the stator was no good because the spark was intermittent anyway. So we got a stator. There's that. There's the old one. But in removing the cover, he found that. And I don't know if you remember from one of my recent videos, but I discussed how those you don't want to lose down into this part of the motor. Well, it looks like someone did. So, yeah, the good thing is it's not too chewed up. It's probably been bouncing around hitting the stator, causing that to fail. But it looks like everything else is actually okay. So we are now going to install the stator. Then we got to take the valve cover off, and maybe the valve out, the cam out, and replace that. But fixing, so that's awesome. All right. So that's happening over there. I'm pull a YZ450 up here and change the chain sprocket.
That's not a good indication, Morgan. It's popping.
All right, so welcome to the YZ450 that needs so much love. Today, we're just going to be dealing with the chain sprockets, which clearly need to be taken care of. But let me take a look at that. Radiator is hammered. This poor guy has this motorcycle. He loves it to death, but he really is struggling to afford to fix all the things that need to be fixed. The other thing is that the suspension, the rear suspension, doesn't really move. It does move, but just not well at all. And it needs to be, the shock needs to be rebuilt, the linkage bearings need to be greased. It just needs a ton anyway. So, yeah. We're going to do chain sprockets. I'll show you how we do that. And, he's going to save up some money, and hopefully we'll get him fixed up more and more as we go.
Too far out? And see, it'll go by once, and then it locks up on the second.
Hopefully it hit it.
Push that one forward and pull this one out and tighten it again. Here, let's do that. Let's put it down. Let's try to loosen that side that you've got.
Comedy is happening over here.
Shut up. You're a joker.
This is so good. Like, I know
It's way too much effort
that
for
we're
what
like
it is.
collaborating on this thing, but this is actually hilarious to watch because Eric is attempting to put together a whole bunch of Chinese things that all come from different Chinese manufacturers. It's like one manufacturer of Chinese bicycle, another Chinese manufacturer motor, another Chinese manufacturer sprocket, and then a half American manufactured seat pan. But it's like
Shut up about the seat pan.
this is awesome. Oh my gosh. I hope you guys are enjoying. I'm just gonna aim the camera at these guys and let you watch them struggle.
The chain is so slack.
So good.
Still rubbing in there though. I'll just take a file for that. Do you actually have a file?
Yeah. Close.
15 different Chinese
15
manufacturers.
different Chinese manufacturers do not equal a right.
No, I don't know. Yeah, let's lean it.
They definitely equal wrong.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, okay.
So there you go, guys.
You got it? Yeah.
That's what a worn out sprocket looks like. This sprocket is from Tennessee. It's got no teeth.
That's a lot better. This still. Get my side up into the tank. The rivets. On camera, that if your bike comes out of his shop with no brakes, it wasn't an accident.
That's right. All right, got new sprocket on, and we got the chain just up here ready to be cut. Now, here's the deal. When I put a chain sprockets on, I have a lot of people ask me, like, how many links and should I cut it? But anyway, all the chains we sell here are 120 links. So that's too long, pretty much on any dirt bike. So, and that's on purpose so that when we put it on here, we can get the wheel on, get it where we like it, and then put the chain on and figure out where we need to cut it once it's on here. That makes this whole thing go better than if you cut it and you're like, it's not quite right or whatever. So got that on, and I just talked to my friend. So it's funny, my buddy Jeff called talking about something else, and I told him that I just made the joke about this sprocket being from Tennessee because it's got no teeth. And he reminded me that I already made that joke, and he corrected me, and actually it looks more like it's from Alabama or Kentucky. So there you guys go. Jeff, thanks so much for being a good sport about me making fun of Tennessee. Right on. So let me show you how we cut these chains. So put the chain breaker on. Then we back the pin out a little bit, and we take this part of it, we roll it up onto the pin like that. Then with our handy dandy impact, we just drive that sucker out. Boom, like that. Now we got that ready to go. And for the clip, you always want to make it look like that. And the reason is so when you're traveling in the normal direction, as it goes around and it comes back here and it hits anything, it doesn't want to try to knock it off. I usually take a pair of these style channel locks. There we go. Now we're going to adjust it. And it looks like we got a little bit of a problem right there. See how it's hitting that? So, what we're gonna do, take that, kind of bend it a little bit. There we go. That actually freed that up a bunch. And on stuff like that, don't be afraid to just bend things. I mean, if you break it, you got to replace it, and it's already messed up anyway, right? So, always worth a shot to see if you can't squeeze it out and get a few more rides at it before you have to replace it. And like I said, worst case scenario, you break it, you got to replace it anyway. All right, so now let's set the tension up on a lift, wheel off the ground. I like to go like that. Old school, 3 fingers. That's actually really good. Like that. Come back here. We're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's right on the 6th one. Let's come over here, take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you need to go forward a little bit. Here's my tech tip for you guys for tightening axles. So take a 10mm wrench, I'm gonna put it in here, rotate that like that, and what that does is it pushes the whole axle forward, right? So now we can come over here, tighten down our nut, and we don't worry as we're tightening it about pulling the axle back because it's being forced forward because that wrench over there. So like that, nice and tight. Over here, sure it spins nice. So that little guy's hitting still in there, so I'm gonna bend that a little bit more. See if I can't. That's better. So now that we've tightened it all up, check our tension again. Looks good. Now tighten up our lock nuts. There we go. I like it. All good to go. Okay, guys, so this is a good one. So this is the motor that Zach found the little retainer in, right? So that guy. Zach has now taken the valve cover off, and he's taken both of the covers off, and they both have the retainer. So, hey. Hard to say where that came from. Let's see if it's even the right size. Oh, yeah. That can only mean that someone lost that thing. Either didn't know or did something, and then they put it back. They put it back together with it. That is ridiculous. And amazing that it didn't break anything. So, well, I guess we'll put it back together and hope for the best. But that's crazy. I don't know, dude. That's weird. Extra parts. So, yeah. You never know. You just never know what you're going to find. All right, so you'll notice that Eric is still working on this thing. It's still not running.
It's not running.
Not running.
It was bumping, but
it's not gonna run.
No, it's not
I have no confidence. So, all right, we are mid-body gasketing right there. We've got a new gasket. Andrew did a lovely job cleaning. Wow, you did a really good job. That looks nice. Nice work.
I have a lot of experience in a part washer.
I'm going to hire Andrew Neal to come in and clean parts. So, We gotta get that little gasket on there. It's like family day at the shop.
Yeah.
All right, I got that carburetor all rebuilt with the mid-body gasket and all new gaskets and stuff. And best quote of the day was because Andrew, who I was helping out with that carburetor, he is just helping a buddy out to get his bike run. It's been sitting for 2 years, and Andrew rides a two-stroke. And Andrew, after all of the hassling of putting that whole thing back together and getting everything cleaned out and all the O-rings and all the places, he's like, man, this just makes me never, ever, ever want to own a four-stroke. I'm like, well, the upside is now they're fuel injected, but that's also a downside too. But yeah, just don't leave your stuff sitting, okay? Just don't leave gas in your carburetor for 2 years and you'll be a lot better off. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Again, as always, if you like what we're doing, if you're just now joining us and you haven't subscribed and you think what we do is cool, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because when you do that, that helps us spread this gospel of two wheels around the world, right? We want more people riding dirt bikes, more people having fun, more people learning how to work on their dirt bikes so that they can spend more time riding them and not so much time worrying about fixing things and or trying to earn money to pay me to fix things. Because I want to see you guys riding. That's what I want to see. I love you guys. Get out, spread the gospel of two wheels, and please, under all circumstances, COVID-19 or not, you better find some time to ride your dirt bikes!